Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Talking with Heroes talk show program. I am Bob Calvert, the host and founder of Talking with Heroes, and we're here still at the r4alliance.org National Conference. It's been an amazing 2 or 3 days here. So many people have come on camera to share about their organizations, their stories about being in the service, serving our country, recovering from being wounded. So hopefully you've been watching other videos. If you want to know about all of them, go to thankyouforyourservice.us. And we're here with a couple that I've actually been talking with on and off for, years, I guess. We've done audio programs and first time meeting here. And so it's Bob and Barbara Zielinski.
You got it, 2 points.
Okay. They have an organization called Marriage Management. Before I turn it over to you, I remember being told that you are in big demand with the military bases in Texas because you help repair and save marriages. Is that good?
Thank you. That's very
So first of all, tell a little bit about yourselves and what led you to do this. Just kind of pass the mic.
We've been married, it'll be 47 years in next February.
And I'm still alive.
We have 3 grown children. We do this because we got married in February and Bob was gone 2 weeks later to basic training. So been there, done that.
And then when I got out of the service, Barbara looked at me and said, "Who are you and what have you done with my husband?" So we needed help. And that's where it all started. That's why we have a passion for this. We've been doing marriage enrichment as facilitators for 40-some years because we need it too. But it gives us a way to give back to our veterans who are doing so much more than I did. So we have a passion for serving veterans and just sharing who we are.
We also had spent 9 months overseas in what was then West Germany doing marriage enrichment programs at a different base every week, and we saw pretty much, and that was not in wartime, we saw up close and personal the problems that the military families were having and how much stress was on them. So we knew that when the war began in 2003 that we were going to need to gear back up, and that's what we did.
One thing we didn't realize is, yes, you've heard a lot of information, I'm sure you have, Bob, about divorce among military and veterans, and 70-80% in some sectors, and they don't deserve it. I think if you served our country, you deserve a healthy relationship. Sure, some marriages should never be, but the ones that are just struggling because they don't have the right tools, that's where we want to help. One statistic we did not realize is, of course, everyone's heard about 22 killed. 22 veterans a day commit suicide. What we didn't know about and what we've recently learned is that 30% of military suicides had a failed intimate relationship in the prior month. And that just hit me where it hurts.
So when the relationship falls apart, then the military member has significant problems going on with their lives. And we just really think that their marriages should not be a casualty of the war, should not be sacrificed to the 7, 8, 9 deployments that some of them have had.
So we offer just a very basic one-day marriage enrichment. We want to be sure that people know this is not counseling. We're not counselors. We're just folks. We're married folks trying to make it through. It's not a treatment program. It's not preaching. It's really good skills, our tools for the toolbox. I think that's what most military members are looking for. Just a good tool to put in my toolbox. We work with some of the strongest, most courageous individuals that I've ever met in my life, so we don't need to coddle. We just want to give you the right tools to help keep that communication going, keep the marriage healthy, and give you the support you need to deal with the other demons. Because if you got someone by your side who's with you, then it makes life a whole lot easier.
Sounds great. So now you do these sessions on military bases, or do you do off bases too, or how does that work?
We do them all over. Sometimes on base, like next week we will be at Fort Hood. on Wednesday, and then Saturday we'll be at the Inspiration Center in San Antonio. So we do a combination of both. Fort Hood has asked us to come back. We're down there every month. We go to Fort Bliss about 3 times a year. We travel basically all over the state of Texas.
We will come to the veteran. That's the one thing about our business model. We don't have a brick and mortar where the vets come to us for treatment. No, we want to go to the vets where they need us. So we do a lot of very outlying communities where there's an unmet need, where we can't get programs like this. We have grants from the Texas Veterans Commission, Fund for Veterans Assistance, from United Way, from a few very generous donors. We could always use more, but
The combined federal campaign from federal and statewide employees.
yeah, and the state employee campaign and Dallas County campaign. Every nickel that we make goes directly into our program. As Barbara and I are both retired, so we don't need to have any overhead. We have our car, we have our spare bedroom, we have our computer, and we travel.
So how do people find you on the internet?
They go to www.marriagemanagement.org. And we have a phone number. Our office phone is 682-730-1818. That's 682-730-1818. And you can also find us on Facebook. Facebook's Military Marriages. Military, you could tell I'm an old fart. I don't really do Facebook a lot, but we're there. Military Marriages.
And we're pretty well scheduled up every weekend until the Christmas holidays. We're just now beginning to schedule January, February. We have a few things scheduled out for the spring, but we do still have dates open. We're funded within the state of Texas. If we go elsewhere, we have to raise funds to get there. Our programs are completely free to the military families, and whenever possible, we also offer free child care.
We ask all of you out there, first of all, thank you. Shout out to all the veterans. Shout out to all the caregivers. Thank you for what you do. Thank you. We are honored to be able to serve, and if we can be of service to you, please let us know. Marriage Management.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Glad to finally meet you both.
Thank you.
When I
It's
get
a
back down
pleasure.
to San Antonio, I'll let you know.
Please do.
Because I know
You got to stop in Dallas for lunch.
Dallas for lunch.
6 hours from us.
Yeah. So as you go
Oh,
south,
that's right.
you go through Dallas Fort Worth.
Okay.
Look us up.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for all you're doing.
Thank you for
You're
what you do.
continuing to serve.
Indeed, I'm trying.
Okay, well, folks, once again, we're here at the R4 Alliance 2016 National Conference on TalkingWithHeroes.com. We have more programs coming up. As always, please share the videos that you're watching on social media any way that you can. If you know some veterans, some military families, first responders, please let them know about the R4 Alliance and the many, many member organizations that are just helping in so many ways. We heard just, I think it was this morning, that they've calculated with all the different organizations, over 200,000 military and veterans have been affected in a positive way by these various programs. So help us get the word out. We'll be back with more on TalkingWithHeroes.com at the R4 Alliance National Conference.